You're watching NFL Daily. Mitchell Renz here from Chat Sports. And coming up here on today's show, we're going to be looking at some Jimmy Garoppolo trade destinations. You know what? I figured I would do this. I'm going to rank them for y'all. So the way that today is going to go is I'm going to first start the show off with the news and rumors around Jimmy G and why we are ranking trade destinations to start with. And then we will get into the teams that I believe have the highest chance to make the move for the 49ers quarterback. So the latest on Garoppolo is that the 49ers have given him permission to seek a trade, and teams are obviously checking in. Now, usually with a quarterback like this, I have him as a top 20 guy. I think the 49ers missed their opportunity to get the most for him, so a team could potentially buy low on Garoppolo. And when you look at those numbers from last season, 20 touchdowns, 12 INTs, 3,810 yards, and to me, Jimmy's never been the quarterback that puts up these crazy numbers, but I always hear people say that quarterbacks get judged based on wins, and well, Garoppolo's got a 25-12 record over the past 4 seasons and continues to show that when he's healthy, when he's out there, he can lead a football team. Last season, basically was one drive away from making it to the Super Bowl. In 2019, was one quarter away from beating the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl. And even though his numbers aren't spectacular in the playoffs in his 6 games played, 4 touchdowns, 6 INTs, he is still winning football games. And I'll also give Jimmy this credit as well. He's been clutch. Like when they needed to pick up a first down, when they've needed to get a touchdown, he's been able to do it. And when he's in that huddle, when he's in the center, and everybody know that they can rally around him and depend on him, I do think that goes a pretty long way. So what do y'all think about this? I mean, this offseason has been proof that literally anything is possible. So type that Y for yes, type N for no. Will Jimmy Garoppolo get traded? And if you're going to type that Y for yes, why don't you let me know where exactly you think he's going to play? So now what we're going to get into here are the top 6 teams that could make the move for Garoppolo. I have them ranked from 6 all the way down to 1. And for those of you that can't count, 1 is the team that has the highest chance to make the move. Coming in here at number 6, it's the Cleveland Browns. And some of you are like, well, wait a minute, aren't the Browns not interested in Garoppolo? That is correct, and at least that's what the reports are telling me, but I've also seen reports this year that told me that, well, Russell Wilson was never going to get traded. He ends up getting traded. If Garoppolo were to get dealt right now, the only team that would literally be able to take him on based on their salary cap would, in fact, be the Browns. Now, the Browns yesterday signed Josh Rosen, and they also worked out A.J. McCarron, but I don't really have a lot of confidence in either of those guys, I'm sorry. Now, the current situation with Deshaun Watson is still kind of up in the air. I don't know if he's going to get suspended or not. Personally, I think he should be. But if you're not confident in the backup, Jacoby Brissett, then this could be a situation where, okay, we at least pick up the phone, we try to see what we can do here with Jimmy Garoppolo, and then if it doesn't end up working, it doesn't end up working. There's a reason why the Browns are number 6. I don't think that they make a move for him. The reports say they're not going to do it, but they're the only team that literally could technically do it based on salary cap space if the deal were to go down today. Now, if the deal does go down today, we're going to be making a video about it, and I don't want you all to miss it. Hit that subscribe button. Turn on those notifications. There's a sub button down below. There's also a bell. You click that, click all. That way, when we drop a video, it comes right up to your phone, and then you're like, oh, okay, I can watch that. And it's free after all. Let's go to the number 5 team here on my Garoppolo trade destinations. It's the Miami Dolphins, and new head coach Mike McDaniel down in Miami has played with him and has worked with Garoppolo very closely because McDaniel was the offensive coordinator with the 49ers. Let's be real. Tua, you can think what you want. Maybe he has higher upside in the long run, but this team right now for Miami is ready to win, and they are ready to win right now. Also, Jimmy G getting his start all the way back in 2014 with the New England Patriots, has some experience playing in the AFC East, which, sure, those teams have changed a whole lot since then, but I do think playing in divisions at times can give you an upper hand. In terms of, is Garoppolo better than Tua? I'll take Jimmy G over Tua this year, and for a team that made a lot of moves this offseason, for a team that believes that they can win right now, if you think that you can win right now, Garoppolo gives you the better opportunity. But this is what Chat Sports is about. It's about the interaction, and it's about y'all letting me know what you're thinking. So who's the better quarterback? If you think it's Tua Tagovailoa, I want you to type TT. If you think it's Jimmy G, then please let me know down in the comments with a JG. Number 4 on our list here is the Seattle Seahawks. And my biggest question is, would the 49ers trade within the division? I don't have the answer to that, but out of all the teams that you're going to see on the list, and I think most of us would agree, that Seattle right now probably has the weakest quarterback room. You might be able to throw the Carolina Panthers in this discussion as well, but he's an upgrade over Geno Smith. He's an upgrade over Drew Lock, and I also know that Seattle, they like to run the football. They want to run a conservative offense, and that does fit with Jimmy G's strengths. Geno Smith now last season at times, he actually looked halfway decent. He didn't look totally incompetent like he's been in the past. And then when the deal went down for the Russell Wilson trade, Drew Lock heads on over. And if you were to talk about ultimate upside, it might be weird to say. I think Drew Lock might have the highest upside in terms of longevity for a career. But this is another Seattle team where if you believe that you have a chance to win now, Jimmy G gives you the better opportunity. Now, we still got 3 more teams to hit, and we will get to them here in just a second. But I don't know about y'all. I'm a busy person, and sometimes watching a video on YouTube, it's not easy to do. I get it, right? I'm driving, I'm trying to walk my dog. There's certain things that it's probably not the best thing to do to watch a video, but you can listen to us on Rumble like a podcast. So you could watch this Jimmy G trade destination video by following us on Rumble at rumble.com/NFL Daily. It's ad-free, so you're not going to get hit with that annoying, hey, scrolling down, but YouTube ad break. No, that's not going to happen. And you can put the phone in your pocket, minimize the screen, and it still plays in the background. If I didn't convince you, maybe the fact that it's free, did I mention that? Rumble.com/NFL Daily. Let's go to the third team here on my list. It's the Houston Texans. And when I think about some of these NFL teams having connections, a lot of times that's what ultimately happens when a deal gets done. Texans GM Nick Caserio worked with New England and was part of the regime that drafted Garoppolo with the Patriots. And, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I feel like the Texans have been trying to be the Patriots since Caserio has taken over. He's an upgrade over Davis Mills in the short term. Now, let's be real. Houston doesn't have the money right now. But if the New Orleans Saints can start the season or off-season at minus $76 million in salary cap space, I'm confident that the Houston Texans can make a few adjustments to their roster, move the money around here a little bit, and they could make it happen. The other argument here is Garoppolo actually the better option over Davis Mills? Because I ripped on Mills a lot at the beginning of the season, but you do have to recognize the fact that he did get better and better and better as the season went on. And if you trade for Garoppolo, what exactly does that do for Mills' future? At number 2 here, it's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And there's been some reports that the Bucs have at least shown some interest in Garoppolo. Now, obviously, he's not going to play over Tom Brady, but Jimmy's used to playing behind Brady, and for the Bucs, they don't really have a plan after Brady retires. I mean, hell, we kind of already saw that this offseason, right? Tom Brady retires, he spends 2 or 3 months with his kids, and is like, you know what, shit, I ain't doing this. I'm going to go back and I'm going to start playing football. And Tampa, I think, would be smart, and I think a lot of teams, if you are actually interested in Garoppolo, this would be a smart thing to do because you can buy low right now. So Brady plays maybe this year, maybe next year, and then after that, it's Jimmy Garoppolo's team. Before I show you the number 1 team on my list for Jimmy G, I also make videos over on Locals. And if you want to see how I ranked all 32 starting quarterbacks, well, you can see this over on Locals at locals.com or raidersport.locals.com. I will admit this. I did not rank Jimmy Garoppolo in these, though I do mention him in the video because I did all the starting quarterbacks, and he's not going to be the starter in San Francisco. So if you're interested in that video, or if you want to see more live videos from me, more exclusive videos from me, in fact, I'm going to be dropping a video, if you're a Raiders fan, my Madden 2023 ratings for all the Raiders players. Scan this QR code right here. Join me for my shows, and again, this is for NFL fans, Raider fans. It's just an easier way to get in contact with me. So drum roll. The number 1 team for Jimmy Garoppolo is the New York Giants, and I'm not the only one that thinks this. Colin Cowherd had this to say: the Giants are the leader in the clubhouse for Jimmy G. When you think about Daniel Jones, I never thought that he was worth a first-round pick. I never thought it was going to work out. The Giants have already declined his 5th-year option. You got a brand-new head coach in Brian Daboll. And if you remember what I said earlier, Garoppolo's got a 25-12 record over the last 4 seasons. Well, Daniel Jones in that exact same time, flip it, is 12-25. Now, Jones has the higher upside. He's the better overall athlete, but I've kind of seen this before where I trust my eyes and it doesn't get it done. But I will admit this. if there is one person who I would like to see work with Jones, it is Brian Daboll, because when Josh Allen first came out of Wyoming, he was not a finished product by any means, and when you look at a lot of his numbers, it was not a pretty sight. Daboll did a really good job making him the quarterback that he is today. Could he potentially do the same thing for Daniel Jones? So those are my top 6 teams that I believe make the most sense to make a move for Jimmy Garoppolo. But I want to know from all of you, because there's a lot of other teams out there. Where will Jimmy Garoppolo play in 2022? If you're like, you know what, he's going to stay with the 49ers, throw it down there in the comments. If you think another team's going to make a move for him, though, please let me know. All right, let's wrap this thing up. Let's put a bow on it. Here are the top 6 teams that could trade for Jimmy Garoppolo. The Giants come in at number 1, the Buccaneers at 2, Texans at 3, Seahawks at 4, Dolphins at 5, Cleveland Browns at 6. Major shout out to everyone who tuned in. Major shout out to everyone who watched, and I hope everyone out there has an amazing weekend.